For a guy on trial, Donald Trump is doing pretty well. Fewer Americans, according to a recent poll, believe he's even going to be convicted. That's among Democrats, Republicans, and independents, so everybody. Even CNN hosts now say the New York case is political.
And the trials against him keep him in the spotlight, infuriate his base, who sees him as a martyr, and even may serve to make him the object of some sympathy among people in general who believe that his prosecutors are politically motivated. This happens to be true, in my opinion. I doubt the New York indictment would have been brought against a defendant whose name was not Donald Trump.
A New York Times Siena College poll shows Biden trailing in all but one swing state. More great news, right, for Donald Trump. Biden's up 2 in Wisconsin, and then it is all red. Pennsylvania, Trump +3. Arizona, Trump +7. Michigan, Trump +7. Georgia, Trump +10. Nevada, Trump +12. Bill O'Reilly is here, host of the No Spin News, author of Confronting the President's No Spin Assessments from Washington to Biden. Mr. O'Reilly wrote on his excellent page, BillO'Reilly.com, and I am going to get it right here. One danger, however, this kind of rally turnout, meaning New Jersey, tends to embolden Mr. Trump. Not sure he needs to be more bold. There is a danger, perhaps, right, in Donald Trump becoming emboldened.
Sure. Anybody overconfident in any kind of a crucial situation is going to take a fall. So I think Trump himself was surprised that 100,000 human beings showed up in Wildwood, New Jersey on a cold Saturday night to stand there for 3 hours to hear him speak. There's only one other human being in the country that might be able to do that, and that's Taylor Swift. Think about it. There's no other person in the United States of America who could get that kind of a crowd to go out there. That tells us 2 things. Number one, his supporters are becoming even more enthusiastic. And number 2, he's winning over some people in the middle who may not be totally sold on him, but believe that this New York City travesty, which it is not American, unfair, politically driven, whatever description you want to use, they now believe that. And Americans inherently, Leland, from the very beginning, don't like authority treating other people unfairly. That you can just trace history back. The folks, even if it's a powerful guy, they want some kind of fairness in our system. And if you think that Donald Trump's being treated fairly, then you're living in the land of Oz.
Well, somehow we've gotten you and Fareed Zakaria to agree on something, which 2024, that was not on my 2024 bingo card. You said the only person in America is Taylor Swift and Donald Trump. Did you put an asterisk in America because you were leaving out the Pope? I don't even know if the Pope could get 100,000 people to come out right now.
Not today. Not in this country. Maybe in an African country where Catholicism is thriving. But here we got about 22% of Catholics going to Mass every Sunday. So, but the point of the matter is, and all the pinheady legal analysis that you're going to hear ad nauseum until this trial is over, which will be in about 10 days, doesn't mean anything, Leland. Nothing. The only thing that means something are the 12 human beings in that jury box. And I put myself in that jury, okay? And I'm looking at Stormy Daniels, Michael Cohen. These are the lowest. And this is what the case is based on? These people, a lawyer who tapes his own client without the client's knowledge? A woman who goes on a television show and says, hey, this was all consensual, and then testifies under oath that she was intimidated? Come on.
Yeah,
when that is what the prosecution has. Right. The jury is going to personally recoil from that.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.